Yes, everyone, what's going on? It is Monday. That means it is time for Howson's Brew. Joining me today, we've got Jay Motti from Scotty and Motti Podcast. And we've got RH.
Up the RH. How are we? He's back.
All right.
He's back. He's been begging to come back and he's back.
How was the burger you had on Saturday?
For free.
For free.
Courtesy of Jaws in Football Club. Lovely. How was yours?
I didn't get one.
I offered you one.
Well, you offered me
No,
one.
he was too busy fuming about the result.
It's not like you to be fuming.
Fuming about the result.
When you look at me, you think rude Hullet level of chill.
Yeah, I always think serenity.
Serenity.
That's the word that springs to mind when I look at you.
Peaceful.
Yeah. Zen.
Zen.
Proper zen.
That's
Zen.
a very good
Zen
word to
Howson.
That's
describe.
exactly
Yeah.
me. But yeah, I was a little irked.
He was.
Irked?
Hurt.
Did you cross the line from irked to peeved?
I think I wobbled in between.
No, okay.
I think that led to the way he was that night watching the United game.
Don't know what you mean.
I know what you mean, and I'm going to bring it up later on.
Talking about zen,
What a
serenity,
guy.
chilled.
What a guy.
That
That match reaction. Oh my God, he was funny. Maka was like, keeping you up and everything. How was your next day? Were you little one?
Sound?
You sure? Up the Howson. Up the Howson.
Listen, being fat and drinking,
Go on.
it's like a
Light
superpower.
work.
It's not a
Light
problem,
work.
mate. Although, we came in here and we had a look at the damage that we did to the old Harum.
Is that that's the royal we though, isn't it? You mean you did to the?
Oh, Alex
Who
had
else
some.
was on it?
Alex had some.
Baggers on it.
Yeah, but Alex had some. But I'm having a brew today. What you on? Tea?
T2.
You on?
I'm on TV. I haven't got any
T2.
coffee.
I told you I'd go steal some.
Oh, no, I'm not into that not anymore. Not since the probation finished.
But yeah, so yeah, I got. Listen, right? I mean, we had a discussion about this today, didn't we?
We had to have a sit down, didn't we, Stephen?
Was it a debrief, was it?
Yeah.
No, it was more a discussion.
Yeah. Like, you know.
There was no biscuits, but there was a discussion. I don't care, for one, right, and for two,
That's evident.
ultimately, the watch along is about having a watch along. Do I work
Brilliant.
for Sky Sports?
Listen, we know that, and we're not going to be like, you know, if you want to watch Gillette Soccer Saturday or whatever, it's go and fucking watch that.
Yeah, if you want to watch a load of boring drips, plenty of channels for you to go and do that on. If you want to watch, because ultimately, for me, the watch along is meant to replicate what it's like going to the match. Now, sometimes you'll talk about the match. That's what it's like at a match. Sometimes you'll get off your face.
Mate, it's just a bunch of cannons talking about football. That's what everyone wants to
Yeah.
see, innit? Just
Yeah,
a bunch of
well
cannons.
Did you click on this
like
and
the
think,
best advert ever,
see, I can't look through there. Did you click on this thinking, do you know what? This is going to be like Johan Cruyff TED Talk level of analysis.
I looked at him as Steven Zammerd. It's going to be a banter. That's all. And even watching it, I was like, mate, he's off his head. He's off his head. I'm thinking that next day with a little one wherever you're going, it's going to be pain, mate.
It's fine.
Was it though? Was it
my
though?
ankle was sore, but I was fine about that.
You can't enjoy yourself watching an epic 4-1 win.
Oh,
Right.
brilliant.
I'm going to
can
throw a
you?
correlation at you in here.
Go on then.
3 times that I can remember, kind of,
Bruce
I've
got
been absolutely blasky-booed
Yeah.
on a watch-along.
Yeah.
We've scored an average of 5 goals when I do that. Average, Jay. 6 past Tranmere,
Yeah.
5 past Lask,
Yeah.
4 past Newcastle.
You need to do it more than Steve, don't you, mate?
And I think actually the levels of Blaskybloodness, if that's the right word, have gone down a little bit as well. Because I remember the Tranmere post-match review that you did for us when we were Devils, where I don't think you knew the score, let alone who'd scored or what game it was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was pretty sober, mate.
Yeah.
Now, it would have been irresponsible to try and drive, but I think I would have maybe managed about, a mile.
Steve, listen, mate, you're not even getting out of that ankles here, mate. You're going into where
They wouldn't
Mother
even
Care
let you
used
on
to
a
be.
bus, let alone drive a car.
Of course I wouldn't, but I'm saying I had my
It's not like you. It's not like
my
you to
mental
break the law, is
faculties.
it, Stephen?
Right, I had my mental faculties. What do you mean?
No, well, we won't go into it, but you know what we mean.
I had my mental faculties about myself.
Yeah.
Against Tranmere, I don't even remember what happened after Tranmere. Against Lask, I only know what happened because it got vlogged.
Yeah, I remember the look of shock on your face when you realised we were 5-0 up. You'd literally gone from 0-0 to 5-0 in what you thought was like a minute.
Oh, the look on his face when the run went down. Like,
Yeah,
bum, bum,
the run
bum,
went
bum,
down.
bum, bum,
I
done.
think Pereira's goal went in, and you were like,
Has he scored?
"What's going on here?"
Up the RH anyway. Getting them comments up the RH.
I think
Up the Paddock.
for context, because people may may not know the full ins and outs of what Ryan Hopper does here.
I think they do. I've been like
Well, I
going
think
on about
we'll
people.
give you another opportunity
plug me,
to
Jay.
share, to
Plug
plug.
me,
Let's
Jay.
do this.
The greatest coach that's ever come out of Droylsden. I'm comfortable in saying that.
Certainly,
happy with that?
Yeah, I'll give you that. Don't know if we can extend that to
I
East
was
Manchester.
gonna
I'll have to
say,
do more
what-
research.
I think we need to do a little bit more research on that. I'm not happy
I'd
with
say
that.
the only good coach to come out of Droylsden, if I'm being brutally honest. Let's say that. The only great coach.
John was talking before about you go see Jay, you come and stand up in the office and I move the biscuits.
Am I going to come and see you?
Charleston, I'm a bit disappointed in that. Just Charleston, though. You know what I mean? Best coach to come out of Charleston.
You could have at least said East Manchester.
Could have
yeah,
said Greater Manchester or Manchester.
or the
or-
Northwest.
Greater Manchester.
Yeah.
Stop
or
it, you
somewhere like
knobhead.
that. You know what I mean?
Brian Kidd come from round here.
Don't.
Brian,
Nobby
come on.
Styles,
Come
class
on.
of 92's
Come on, mate.
unsung hero.
Nobby Styles. Collier's, didn't he? Nobby Styles. Was that his street naming?
Can't have Greater Manchester.
Shit,
Not giving you Greater
Alright,
Manchester.
All right, we'll give you
Manchester.
Manchester. Can you have no
Manchester
East
then. No,
Manchester?
let's go-
East
let's just go,
Manchester.
Joe. Let's
It's
go.
We can
Collier.
have Droylsden, like I said.
All right,
Up
Joe.
the
Then
RH.
maybe we'll do a bit more research.
Do a
Right
bit
then.
more research. Anyway, let's plug RH anyway.
Yeah,
on
so
Stretford Paddock.
you're not just coaching nobodies, are you?
Well, he is.
No, but
As well as.
some players
Yeah.
that we may have heard of.
Steve's wrote me in on a 0-year contract to coach his lads. Thank you, Stephen.
What's that?
We're all on that
Wrote
contract. mate, don't
me
worry
in,
about
ain't
that.
you?
You're
Wrote
not
me in.
alone.
Working with the Paddock boys.
Don't you worry about that.
Look after your daughter, mate.
To be
Hey.
fair,
Oh, actually, got a bone to pick with you.
Wow. On air as
Mr.
well.
I'm the best coach in fucking
Wow.
Droylsden.
On air.
Yeah, on air. I didn't watch it because I don't watch penalties, but when I entered the room the other day against Newcastle,
Oh, wow.
the
Wow.
most reliable
Right.
penalty taker
You know
on
what?
the planet, who spent a few months with you coaching him, and all of a sudden he's missing penalties.
You know what, Jay?
Come
Listen,
on, mate.
I'm going to be
Talk
honest
to
with you
me.
now. I'm not saying I knew he was going to miss, and I'm not saying that because everyone, you knew he was going to miss. Listen, I didn't know he was going to miss.
Right.
But if you watch the game back and watch that penalty back, did you not feel his run-up was
Well,
very, very, very short?
I
Do you
watched
not
it,
feel
yeah, I watched it
It
again.
was very, very short. Now, if you look at RH Elite Coaching's videos of Bruno Fernandes taking
I
penalties,
think you should.
I think you should watch it. Get the
On
views
Instagram.
up there on Instagram, YouTube. Yeah, get the ratings up there, guys.
Link in the description.
Link in
probably.
description. Thank you very
sorry,
much.
we'll be in a minute.
It was very, very short. So I was thinking, I knew he wasn't going to hop because when he hops, he starts from essential. So we went to the side, so I knew it was going to be a little bit of reverse, but it was very, very short and made me
You
phone.
put it to the left, didn't he?
Yeah, he reversed
Yeah.
it to the left. My phone went off, mate. It was like, boom, 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 boom. He's not done the hopster. He's not done the hop. Why is he not doing the hop? But listen, it's not my fault. He's not done the hop. Like, what do you want me to do? But I knew that time was coming.
Like you
I
told
knew
him
it
not
was.
to.
It's the only time he's missed a penalty so far, and I knew my phone would just go off. And then 2 minutes later, it was like when they scored. Let's talk about that goal, by the way, when Van der Beek got it. This is what I know. We're going into football now, and everyone's like, oh, don't talk about football, but let's talk about that goal. RH is on here now. We'll talk about the
right,
football
talk us through
just
this
for 2
goal.
minutes.
Go on, mate.
Let me just watch it.
Let's watch it.
No, because I don't actually remember it. So let me
Let's watch it. I'll give you my analysis through this goal.
Do you even remember Luke Shaw's own goal?
Oh, mate.
Yeah,
Just
do
couldn't
you?
be worst time as well. It just starts up, mate. I was like, gee, what's going on
I
here?
think that's what sent him into
Yeah, that's the rum happened
a
then,
rum
didn't it?
fueled frenzy.
Yeah.
No, it's not what I arrived here knowing that was
Yeah,
going down.
that's true.
Mates, this brew's unreal, by the way.
Very good brew, this bits.
Very good, mate.
Loving it. I'm not a big tea drinker, but you've done a good
Very
job
good,
there.
mate.
Right.
We've got the goal up here
Is
now.
it the 80? When was it? Was it 80?
It's that Shaw's, isn't it?
Fernandez one. 85.
85th minute. What a save
What
that
a
is,
save
by the
that
way.
was by De
De
Gea.
Gea.
Yeah,
David
not
De Gea.
great viewing this. For
Yeah,
you
it's
lot, but
just people
we'll
just
rewatch
sat
it.
here watching the
Yeah.
screen.
This save was sensational from
Brilliant.
De Gea. I do
What a
remember
save.
that.
Getting down like that and getting it away as
Brilliant.
well.
Here we go.
Yeah.
This
Kinda
is
just-
Rashford going through.
Yeah.
This is the
Bush.
penalty, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, I thought that was very soft.
See,
But VAR, I knew would give that sort of stuff, but I'd be upset if
It's-
that had been the other way around.
yeah, but if you look at the defender there, it's a bit sloppy in it, and like a little bit lazy the way
that
he's.
could have been.
No, actually, I didn't see the
His
foot on his
leg,
shin.
his
actually.
leg looks lazy.
foot on
It's
his
poor,
shin.
innit?
I didn't see
Yeah.
it.
Took very long to decide though,
Didn't
didn't
it? But when he went over there, I
I think that's
thought, here
because
we
it was
go.
so soft.
Yeah. So look, if you look at this now, like it's very short.
Yo, it makes a one step
for-
up.
Step
For
up by
me-
the side.
One
To the
step
soccer
up.
dome.
For me, that's very, very, very short. And if you look on the videos,
What do you call a soccer dome? The name before soccer dome. What do you call it?
JJB?
Correct.
Yeah, of course.
That's the only right answer.
Yeah. So if you have a look at that, can the viewers see this or not?
No.
No,
They
so-
can see us watching this, which,
so
as Stevens
if-
mentioned, isn't the greatest viewing.
If you have a look at that, Now on my videos, these run-ups, even when he looks to reverse it, which he does, it's longer than that.
Now,
it's
there is
one or
something
two steps.
In Soccernomics, there's something about going to the softer
reverse.
side. Yeah. Basically, most penalties that are scored, they're sidestepped into the net. They're passed into the net.
Yeah.
The only way to do this is to laces it. Now,
Yeah,
what does he
whips it.
actually use?
He whips it.
Well, he
So
does,
it's like a
he
little.
does kind of lace
It's
it.
like a little. But his run up for me, even watching it now. Listen, I'm not saying he was gonna miss, and I knew he was gonna miss because I didn't. But from watching it close up, his run ups are usually a lot longer than that.
But if you shrink the net down by like half, it makes like almost like a goal inside a goal. That's the savable zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the right height as well, though.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
the right
yeah.
height.
Nice area.
Yeah, it's the right out. Listen, Bruno, if you're watching, mate, we'll work on it. But don't worry about it. But it sums his reaction up in terms of his mentality as well. Now this is it, but it doesn't show the beginning of this. If we're looking at
This is Rashford going into the box.
This ball from
Overlap.
Rashford, by the way. Look at
Brilliant.
that. Lovely ball.
Finds Fernandez well onside.
brilliant. What a
This
finish
This
this is, by
finish
the way.
as well.
Class,
I
top
don't
bin.
know how he managed to get it.
It's like-
Absolute
it's off the
bin
post,
man.
innit?
Bin man.
He's
Oh,
so
mate,
far in the
that is
corner.
sick.
You know
Look
what?
at that celebration.
You know
as
what
well.
though? The video doesn't show it there. Like Van der Beek come on, and he broke up the play.
I thought the first touch was heavy. It was perfect.
Mate, perfect body shape there. He come on, didn't he, Van der Beek? And
Mate, he was brilliant.
Mate,
He
his
came on
first-
in the 75th minute, and
Mate.
then we scored 3 goals after
It
that.
was class. He broke the on the pass. So as he broke it, he broke the line, which is he's brilliant breaking the lines. And then Mata was brilliant as well in that game. It's fantastic. It's like a little magician,
I
man.
can't get over
Darren
this.
Wan-Bissaka.
Mate.
What a
goal.
finish,
What
by
a
the way.
finish.
What a goal.
Bambi on ice there. Jesus, look at him. Nah, you know what? It's
No one
nice
saw
to
this
see him
coming.
getting in them positions though, because he's very rarely
2
getting in them
assists
positions.
and the penalty from Rashford.
And a goal as
Brilliant.
well.
Great
What a-
decision
what
making
a
as well from
performance. Some people still question him, man. I don't get it.
No, mate.
And look
Do you
at
know
that.
what I mean?
He's
Look at
absolutely
this.
terrorised
Look
them.
at that. Perfect.
He made
Marcus
that
Rashford.
look easy.
Absolutely.
That's not
Superb.
easy.
No, it's not. He had a fantastic game, but I don't know why he don't get more credit.
You know what though, in terms of playing in that 9 role, his runs and his intelligence was brilliant. Like usually, like you find him like making silly runs and getting offside early, but mate, everything on his overall game was fantastic. He worked hard, goals, assists.
Do you think
brilliant?
he looks back to his sort of pre-injury best? I think that was the
He
first
wasn't
game.
right, was he? He wasn't right
He's
when
been
he
a
come
bit-
back.
For a while, no.
Yeah.
I don't think he is back to his best yet. I think there's levels. I think he's got
Yeah.
levels.
Mate, his ability's brilliant. He's raw. He's got the pace. His ability's fantastic. If he gets it, his finish there was fantastic. If he can get a bit more clinical, you know what I mean? RH, elite coaching. If he can get a little bit more clinical, Marcus, you watching? Even better. You know what I mean?
Man, I don't know if Marcus though. He's South Manchester, Marcus. You're gonna have to work on him.
Mate, we don't have to work on him. We'll work. Marcus will love that. Listen, I'm a cannon.
He's gonna
He'll
walk
love
up to
that.
Droylsden.
No, he won't go to. He'll come to Avro FC and
no
work with a
comment.
cannon. He'll love it.
No comment.
Pending. That's all I'm saying. Pending, like a transaction in
Get,
a bank.
get your questions
Let's
in,
go.
everybody. Obviously, United go to. Obviously, United
Pending.
go to
Up the
PSG
RH.
tomorrow. Last time we was in Paris was all right, wasn't it?
Jesus, what a game. My mate Dalot winning that pen.
Aye. How many of them goals were counter-attacks though? They don't count.
What? Was you there? He wasn't at the game, was you?
He
No, I
was
was in there
smashing
smashing furniture
up.
Oh,
in
yeah,
here.
fact-
we'll see that.
Roll VT. I think you can still hear as well as he's on, but yeah, this was Steve's reaction.
Look at him. Absolute cannon. Look at Mitz, he's getting.
Dog's
Look at the
getting
dog.
involved. Dog's getting involved. Chair says something to me in a minute now.
Oh my god, here it is.
Here we go. Good.
Oh my god, look at you. Look at you. Are you on the run there?
No, I think I was solo.
Yeah, Mitz is like,
Was it?
yeah.
Mitz says yes. I
Cannon.
say no
Absolute
comment, Your
cannon.
Honour.
Love
but
it.
yeah.
Brilliant.
Where, so Joe says here, and he's got a super chat. Thank you very much for that, brother. He says, where does Marcus's pen against Paris rank in terms of pure elation for a moment? For me, it's second behind Viva John Terry missing in Moscow. Oh, for a moment, it might be better than Terry's miss. I mean, obviously, that because we hadn't won the Champions League then. That was a game winner right there.
Yeah.
You
was.
still had to
Score and
continue
you win.
with that. I mean, I jumped about 10 foot at that moment
I
as
think
well.
the thing with those is though, because there's a penalty involved, you've got a level of expectation. So it's different than say 99 where it's a corner and it's
Yeah.
a miss it shot and it's like
Yeah.
so that's
So Shaz won it.
yeah, and that's the final. I know
Love
the
that.
Terry penalties, but that's like Do you know what I mean?
What made
That's probably the elite moment.
What made the Terry one interesting is because he's Mr. Chelsea, scored a pen. Straight in his armband. It's Moscow, it's absolutely raining. Van der Sar's waving his hand, mate. Slip there. Send me a postcard.
Van der Sar's dirty look at him as he walks past him. I hope he called him a little bitch as he walked past him.
Get up, keep your chin up.
Are you actually crying wearing a captain's armband? I'm embarrassed for
mate,
you.
I was on my way home, mate. I was halfway. I left the pub.
No way.
I was kicked off, walked home, walking home, and then I could hear all the cheering, so I had to run back.
He was in the Palace Hotel. They had a couple of massive screens in there. Yeah. There was about 3,000 Reds in there. There was about 4,000 degrees in there. It was like an oven. Just sweat. It was just a sweat box. And then as John Terry come walking up for it,
mate.
Ben turned round. It was all like a big old like at the telly. Ben turned round and went, "I can't watch this." Farky turned around and said, "I can't watch this." And then as he missed, I kind of elbowed Farky in the head, jumping up, nearly knocked him out. And must have jumped 10 foot in the air. Must have jumped 10 foot in the air. And then it just sort of rolled on from then, didn't it, until Anelka's miss.
Giggs' pen was a joke as well.
Anelka's not got this. Anelka's not got this. He's bottled it.
Was Van der Sar smiling?
No, he was.
No, he was just
when he saves it. He can't see.
No, he loves it, doesn't he?
Maybe he's realised he's got it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I've watched that video so many times, and I can't tell whether he's smiling or not when he's like it, because like
it. It's funny as well because in the book Soccernomics, it talks about penalty shootouts and it talks about the different pattern setting and stuff like that. And it actually mentions Harry Kane's an elite penalty taker because he uses randomness in terms of going left and right. And not a lot of players do true randomness. A lot of them will go left, right, left, right,
mix it up.
left, right. Whereas Harry Kane, you can't actually set a pattern to him. And they said in the middle of that shootout, Van der Sar had figured out that Chelsea actually had a pattern, and that's why he'd gone to Anelka. You're going there, aren't you? You're going there.
Yeah, because
he'd worked it out. He'd worked out that they had a pattern, and he was going on the pattern, and that's why he saved it. He actually knew it was going there, so maybe he was smiling before it came.
It goes back to like the analysis though as well, doesn't it? In terms of like the modern day now. Like last time went on, we had a bit of a laugh when we was talking about the penalties and Bruno, and we was like, Ryan, you're telling everyone like where he goes or what he does, but that's just a game now, isn't it? The research that goes into it, the analysis that goes into it. It was brilliant. What a night. But going to that Rashford one, Jesus, the pressure on him there.
Never taken a first team penalty. Here you go, son. Have that one.
And you know what made it worse as well? All them was crowding around him. My mate Fred getting in there. Get away, Fred, you know what I mean? Get away.
It's like his bodyguard.
Get away, mate.
Hey, that was quality.
Have a day off and then boom, scenes.
I'm all down for that level of shit. I also got booked on Sunday for when they got a penalty. He went and dug up a penalty spot. And the ref was telling me what he got booked for at the end. I went, I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad.
Yeah, to be fair to Fred, mate. Fred, my boy Fred, he was right in there, wasn't he?
He did it against
right in there
as well.
Don't take no prisoners, that lad. No prisoners.
Bruno when he went to take his penalty.
But Marcus, the ball's on him.
Classmate.
Everything they were doing, he's up against Buffon. Not just any old dickhead in there. Buffon.
Mate.
Buffon.
I feared the worst. I thought,
did you?
If he misses this, because I love Marcus Rashford, and I was thinking he's going to get so much stick, and he's going to one of those moments that could stay with him, that could like. Yeah. I know he's mentally very strong, but
you've got to be in them situations, haven't you?
Yeah.
Evidently, mate. And that ball got belonged.
Mate, the thing is,
no one was saving that. Let's have it right.
Mate, he dived the right side as well, but the pure power and the precision, mate.
And the thing is, as well, the amount of power that he puts into that, like you get that 1% wrong, there's a dude on a roof getting knocked down somewhere.
Why
someone's pint getting spilled.
Yeah. And
not a chance that was happening that night.
Reason. Yeah, what a penalty that was. What a moment that was. I mean, it started off with the best ever start, didn't it, as well? You had Lukaku puts his head. Was it like the 6th and the 9th minute?
Yeah, it was early doors, wasn't it?
And then we had to hang on. You had the disallowed one with Di Maria. Jacob, welcome to the academy. You had the Di Maria disallowed goal.
It was, I tell you what, as well, for that first half.
Is Alex Paguli now coming in?
There he is.
Yes, Alex.
Go on.
Go in front of that one if you want. We're on the wide.
Lad.
Yeah, it was that first half was hard to take as well because some of our defending was ropey at best.
At best,
yeah. And Ollie
was it Bay playing right back?
No. Bay was a back three, wasn't it? And Bay was the right side of a back three.
Right.
And him and Young were getting in all sorts of confusion. And then he took Bay off, didn't he? And went to a flat back four.
Yeah.
And then we looked a little bit more.
Even Lukaku that game, you got to look at Lukaku that game. He's brilliant, wasn't he? Lukaku.
Did he bottle? I mean, we've just had a super chat asking that. Did Lukaku didn't have the bottle on a hat trick? Tells you everything you need to know about Rashford.
Well, Rashford praised Lukaku on Twitter.
Yeah,
That's the kind of guy he is, though.
That's
the kind of guy. It's like when Evra forgive Suarez. You might say that, but I didn't forgive him.
I've never forgiven him.
And
No.
I'll forgive him when he
Don't do
apologises
that,
and
mate.
admit what he did.
Don't
Maybe.
do that sort of tackle, do you?
Do you know what I mean?
Maybe. I'm probably not, if I'm being honest.
But yeah, Marcus came out then and said like Lukaku, it could have been his moment, but let me take it. But I think you've got to, especially with someone like Rashford, he's confident, he wants it.
I mean, and he's a young lad as well.
You gotta remember
from Manchester, it means everything to him. Like
he did it in the World Cup in the shootout. I know most people don't care, but for England, he stepped up, buried his penalty.
Brilliant.
In that shootout against Colombia.
We've seen how many
bottle.
people in World Cups and that for England that have bottled it, like big name players that have not stepped up to take penalties.
Sometimes you just don't fancy it, do they?
It's that like giving that ball.
elite mentality, though, isn't it? That he's got. Like people talk about his ability or whatever, but he's got an elite mentality, hasn't he? He's still a young lad on a big
against
stage,
top six
mate.
big game teams is
Outrageous.
outstanding. It's so good. I mean, like, who's he scored against? Oh, just everyone. He's got match-winning goals against Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Tottenham, like Paris.
That one where he played against Trent. Remember that one where he played against Trent?
Yeah.
And he
18 years old,
mate,
debut season, 2 months after his debut, semi-final.
Class.
Yeah, no problems. We'll stick this in the top corner. Not touch.
Quality that, mate.
Like
How
work
can
for
you
him,
not
that,
love
mate.
Innit?
What a session or what? Is there any chance sorting it out or what?
This conversation's been had, mate.
Up the RH. I love it on here, mate.
You just see me turn up and be like, what you here for? Don't worry about it.
I know, yeah.
Don't worry about it.
It'd be one of them
Just gonna-
stories again, won't it? Steve, what are you doing here, mate? I've not even got a slot for you. You have now, mate.
You soon fucking will have.
Telling Dion McGee, come on, mate, you're off, mate. Your mate's coming on.
I would pay a lot of money to just watch him train up close, just to see what the level is like.
Tempo in that session would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? Pending, like that transaction, Jake. Pending.
Mate.
Like a bank. Just pending.
It's weird, isn't it? Because I'm looking forward to it, but I know it's only the first group games. It's not like it was last time where, it's must win and that, but I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit nervous.
Floating Man says you're a fraud until Fred scores.
Floating man, listen, mate, you might be a fan of this channel, but come on, mate, don't come to me like that. Bloody fraud. Bruno, Dalot, Fred, come on, do you want me list here, or what? What's he called? Floating man.
Floating Man.
Floating man. Don't get me going.
Remember him when Fred scores.
Floating man, I'm coming for you when Fred scores.
2029 when Fred gets his goal.
Floating man, comment now up the RH for banter. Let's do it. I want to see you up the RH now, floating man.
Yeah, I don't think tomorrow's a must win, but there's a little bit of rumours that he might have taken a rested squad, which is mental.
No, I can't say that myself, to be honest with you. Me and Joe were just doing a preview. I did my predicted team, and I certainly didn't have a weakened team when I did mine. I think this is a game where if you get a win,
mine, how do you beat Paris? How to beat Paris? Not how to not get 7-0'd.
Yeah, but this is the thing. You've got to remember 2 games ago we got absolutely battered off Spurs. Yeah. You take a weakened team, you get another hiding. The knives are out, aren't they? It's like Jesus, what's going on?
What was you guys' opinion on the team? On the team at the weekend, was you worried before the game, or was you thinking, he's done it for a reason, or because I know a lot of people thinking this is a bit daft, this is a little bit ridiculous.
Well, I thought leaving Mbappe out was a big call. Oh right, hang on. Honestly, my only issue was the mixed message within the team itself, because I expected, and I don't think we really got it, to be honest, was a bit of a low block from Newcastle. Don't necessarily think we got that. Obviously, they made it tight until like the whatever minute and they fell to pieces. But when you play Dan James, that's a counter-attacking player.
Yeah.
And to get the best out of Dan James, you're looking at counter-attacking. When you play Juan Mata, you're expecting him to work in between the lines, link it up, that sort of stuff. Playing both of them at the same time, all right, you can't have things that are too similar in every. Like you can't play, Bruno and Van der Beek and Mata. It's going to lack a little bit of pace, but it didn't seem to have clear intent as an 11 to me. It was a bit mishmash in that sense.
Yeah, what do you think, Jay?
I mean, I didn't share most of social media's sort of despair when I saw the team. I wasn't like, oh my God. I was a little bit surprised. I thought it might be a time to give Van der Beek his debut. I was surprised that Maguire started, if I'm being honest. We were chatting before the team was announced, and I didn't think he was going to get a start. I thought Ollie was using a bit of kidology when he said, he's got a knock. I thought that was like get out of jail free card, so he could say, he had a knock.
But when you analyse it,
mate,
you can't drop him. You couldn't have dropped him.
Well, I think a lot of people are saying that when they're saying, like, if you're going through that, the last thing you'd want is to be dropped. You want to get back on the pitch and
he's a captain of the football club as well. So what does that? But mate, what a reaction from him.
Good
performance. He's dropping his shoulder and getting shots off like he's playing Tranmere. Steve won't know because he was wasted.
I
remember.
I remember. Sorry, replay.
No,
but his confidence seemed like he was back, but he needs to keep that standard now.
He's got
every game. He's the captain of the football club.
He is playing tomorrow night. Don't get much tougher than that.
Mbappe. Well,
Neymar's playing as well, isn't it?
Neymar's playing, but Wan-Bissaka's going to deal with him.
All right, okay, that's comforting to know.
But when you play against a team like Paris, again, what you're expecting them to bring, I would expect a lot of pace. I would expect them to have 70-ish% of possession.
Yeah, they'll keep the ball.
Yeah, and I would think that if you're Solskjaer, you look at the City game at home this season, this March, the last game we was allowed to go to, and you use that as the template. 7 months ago.
Jesus.
Crazy.
You use that as the template of what you want to do.
It's pressing.
And that's what.
We used to watch on for good on here. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. I mean, Ollie's done that a few times, hasn't it, where we've had so little possession and got results. The games against City are a prime example. The one at the Etihad in the league, I thought he got his tactics absolutely spot on. A game with a team that didn't have Bruno, didn't have Pogba. Martial was just coming back from an injury, I think, as well. Dan James started and people were going, we're going to get turned over.
You've said that, though, about the City game. 3 times. We were beaten 3 times.
Beaten 3 times,
you said that.
The one that really, the one away in the league, especially, I thought. Yeah. Especially when he's under so much pressure. We had Spurs, didn't we? And then we had City. And everyone's going, he loses those 2 games. He loses those 2 games and he's gone.
Result,
and it was because it was like Jose's first game back, obviously, as an opposition manager. We win them both. Deserved winners in both. And it's like, hang on a minute, maybe this guy knows what he's doing. Now, I think there's still an element of Pochin crew who just will, even after the 4-1.
Yeah, it won't go away that, though, will it?
People won't give him any credit. Do you know what I mean? It's like, he's crap for an hour. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is, mate. It's not even a coherent argument.
No, it is. No, I know.
It is just wibble, mate.
There's a lot of people hating on it.
He's lowered expectations, but at the same time, like, pipe Jose off for saying getting second was his greatest achievement. This man who's won trebles.
Like, you can't say to me that Ollie's lowered expectations and then not reference the fact that Jose sat there after the Sevilla game and said, well, we weren't going to win this anyway.
Yeah, but that doesn't send the right message out, does it? But
that was strike one, that for me with Jose.
Because I was a big Jose fan, and that
I was. It went a bit sour towards the end, doesn't it?
After Sevilla, when he came out and he said that, and he goes, I've sat here loads of times as a manager. I mean, it's not that many times, it's twice.
Yeah.
I've sat here loads of times as an opposition manager when United have gone out, second round, quarterfinals. And you're like,
and then that's
why are you making this about you?
Yeah, and that's the season.
But that's his problem,
we finished above the Scousers and they got to the final. It wasn't like it was beyond the realms of possibility. That team could have gone all the way. But he just sort of went, it doesn't matter. Anyway, you ain't going to win, we're going to win. Anyway, you think...
Yeah, but that's not the right mentality to have as a Manchester United manager. Do you know what I mean?
If someone like David Moyes had said that, we'd have never forgiven him.
The thing that I find a bit difficult as well is with all these Ollie out and stuff like that. He's the DNA. Like, he's been through. He was a player under Alex Ferguson, and he knows the way Manchester United should play football. Do you understand what I mean?
Exactly.
So give it the. He wasn't moaning when he went on. What was it? 12 games where he went unbeaten. Like,
not only
crazy.
that, he's done it twice. He's had the 2 record longest streaks that United have had, and you're not going, well, that's what he's about. You know what I mean? Like, the first one ended on the back of 4 injuries in a half against Liverpool, and that just derailed the season. And that's just unusual and
unlucky as well.
At the same time, at the same time that happened, he probably went, Ander Herrera, you ain't coming back playing for this club. Lukaku, you're not going to be playing for this club. So then you have players that down tools at the same time as that as well. Now, some of that might have been ill-advised to tell them at the time, but you have to tell them so they can start finding moves and stuff, and so you can start trying to sell them and get some money back.
Herrera's PSG, isn't it? That's going to be an interesting one, isn't it?
Like, following on from all of that lot, he then starts off like an absolute bang again with Hammer Chelsea at the start of the season. Then he loses his world record signing in Paul Pogba. and then he's forced to play Andreas Pereira.
We don't forget as well, we lost Martial for 3 months at the beginning of that season, which everyone just dismisses
Martial,
losing your two best players.
Exactly,
So instead, we're playing Andreas Pereira and Dan James, who many people would say is not good. Who's that now here ringing us?
You not realise we're live with the RH. What's going on here?
Mate, sorry about this. Right.
Sorry, no, it's
Can
fine.
only
It's fine.
apologise.
We're live with the RH here.
And people ask why the
Up the RH.
why the performances and why the results aren't good enough during that period. I'll tell you why they weren't good enough. Because the team wasn't good enough. You had Andreas Pereira, Cow's Arse and Banjo springs to mind. You had players that were substandard.
Yeah, Lingard lost his confidence completely. He was. I know he had issues going on off the pitch, but Jesse Lingard was a shadow of the player that we'd come to.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Definitely,
he was gone. Ultimately, you had players like Fred finding his feet a little bit, who hadn't been shown any love from Jose. Ollie brought him back in. Mason wasn't ready yet. And as we mentioned, we had the injuries.
Correct.
No, man, right. And I'm not saying that Ollie's as good as Pep, or anything like that. But you give Pep that team, he's not going to get higher than third.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
13th.
What's your view? I know you've got a strong view about the way they backed him in the transfer market. Let's talk about that while RH is on.
Well, ultimately, the net spend again was shit. It follows the same pattern. Spend money to get the Champions League. That'll do, pig.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
there's no ambition.
It is frustrating because you sort of getting to within touching distance of where you want to be, and then watching your rivals just get further
That's the
away.
frustrating
Because
thing for me.
City and the Scousers.
Yeah.
Scousers brought in Thiago, who's a fantastic player.
And he was a bargain as well.
Yeah, and the lad from Wolves, Jota. And then City obviously have gone out and spent whatever they usually spend in the summer. I lose count, but they've brought in loaded players as they always do. And we've just gone sideways, really. No disrespect to Tellez and Cavani.
It's not even you could argue the fact that you're not sideways. You're probably downgrading a little bit. You know what I mean? Like you look at, this is my opinion. Look at Chelsea, for example, who finished behind us. Lampard's gone into Abramovich at the end of the season, and I want him, and he's backed him as his manager. Now, if he doesn't produce, then he's saying, "Listen, Frank, like you're a legend of the club, but I've give you this amount of money. You've not done it, then you might go." But with Ole, he's gone, "I want him, and who's he got?" And then he's not got him. He's not got his second choice. He's not got his third choice. And then you settle in
if
for
they
fourth
knew they
choice.
Weren't going to play 120 million for Sancho, they would have known that back in April, May.
Yeah.
Why were we playing footsie with
I
the guy
think
all
he
the way
was
to
playing.
October?
He was playing games. I think he was playing games a little bit with it. I just
don't get how.
Definitely.
Like you say, how it went on for so long, and they had it in their head that the Dortmund, who all through the summer were consistent
Playing games, mate.
We've given you a deadline, the 10th of August. We want 120 million euros. If you don't give it us then, even if you give it us a day after, it ain't happening. Just don't bother. Right? They were consistent. Their CEO kept coming out saying, forget about it, ain't happening. Sancho's in training with him. The manager's like, we're preparing for the season with him. And we're still sat there going, oh, maybe they'll lower the price towards the end of the
It's mad though, like anything. I'll go into Lamborghini garage and say, listen, can I buy that for $5,000? They're just going to laugh at me, aren't they? You know what I mean? It's like buying a player.
Well, if I come back tomorrow with $5,000, are you going to change your mind?
This. No, we're not. All right, I'll come back with 7 then. Can I have it for 7?
I'll pay you 8,
out the back.
but I'm going to pay you over 9 years.
Yeah. Good one, Ryan. RH, off you go, mate. Listen, are they mad or what? 120 million, have him. You're not going to go into a Lambo and get it for cheaper and barter him. You're not lucky men on holiday, you know what I mean? Giving them sunglasses for this price. You're not going to give it.
It's like you're saying, I can understand saying, right, we ain't going to pay that. We're not going to pay £120 million for one player. We aren't, that's not happening. But then have a plan B.
Yeah.
And the plan B isn't to go and get Edison Cavani on the deadline day so he can't even play for the first game because he's quarantined.
And the club come out and even given it that. Like that. If they wanted to take this stand and say, we're not going to play 125 million for a player. Okay, well, why are we playing footsie with the guy including deadline day? That should have been a transfer dealt with or not getting dealt with 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Do you know when we got locked up? A pragmatic board, an actual good footballing board 6 months ago when we got locked up would have said, right, now we can steal a bit. They're going to extend the transfer window. Sweet. Let's get prepared.
Yeah.
Always last
that'd
minute.
be for a good idea. Yeah, no, totally.
All the time.
Like I said, Cavani was a free agent in June.
Yeah. And
Everyone was still watching fucking Tiger King in June.
Bearskin.
It feels that.
I mean, that's how long ago June was.
Oh, mate.
That was
No one
like-
even knew who Carol Baskins was.
That was like pre the last dance, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know
what I'm
what I mean?
saying?
Sancho was going
early.
into
That
training
was
laughing
like
his head off.
Joe Wick's tackle.
He's playing the game.
And
Everyone
let's
was
be
playing
honest,
games.
you didn't even have to wait for his contract to expire before you talked to him. You could have spoke to him in January.
Oh.
So you could have lined this shit up. The day we got locked up, you
Ridiculous.
could have gone, do you know what? Put him on a back burner and let's see what the script is. Is he a free transfer? Yeah, he's a bit on wages, but it's sound. And we're getting rid of, Sanchez and Smalling and all these lot off the wage bill. Cavani's not even going to make a dent. Sorted. Get him lined up and let's get it done. Sweet.
My view on the Sancho
Fucking
one is
October.
October. Say it again, Steve.
October.
Good man. So my argument is
October.
with the Sancho, if they want 120 million for him or whatever, he's a young lad, so it's an investment. They'll get it back on shirt sales, sure they know that, don't they? It's an investment. Whereas they buy in, it's like I know they've got him for free or
October.
whatever. Toptober. They've got him for free, but it's another Ibrahimovic, innit? Like you have him for 2 years and then he goes and you're going to have to replace him.
Yeah, but
again.
that sounds. You
Sancho,
don't need to
though,
build for the future for everything.
Yeah, but with Sancho, it's an investment. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you get him over the years, he's a class player already.
Well, Rio Ferdinand, I think he worked out at like £2 million a season.
Rolls Royce.
It is frustrating when you
Silly.
see, like, say, the way our rivals have gone about it. The sort of
Miles better.
the positivity there was at the end of last season when we finished third. You thinking, all right, we can kick on and do something here.
Nope.
Nah, mate.
Same when Jose finished second, they're like, oh, you finished second.
Yeah, but-
Congratulations. Meet Lee Grant.
Yes. There you go. That'll change everything.
Yeah.
Do you
That'll
need
make
a
up
backup
them
left
19
back? Not really.
points.
Meet your backup left back.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Do you rate Fred? No. Well, you're getting him anyway.
Well, City was in for him, so he
Whoa,
must be
whoa.
good.
Yeah.
And we spent 50 million on him.
Come on, let's not be nasty to Fred.
I'm not being nasty to
No,
him,
let's
but
come
it's
on.
obviously
Let's
Jose
go.
didn't rate him. I
The
remember
thing
you
is-
remember the Juve game, don't you, at Old Trafford,
Yeah.
where he sat on the bench and Jose comes out when we had no options on the bench. You've just spent 50
No
million
faith.
quid on this midfielder.
Yeah.
October.
Say it again.
Fucking October.
October.
7 months from
Ridiculous.
locked up to the last day deadline. And we still signed, 3 players on deadline day?
That was
Fourth
that was
choices and
purely
stuff like
stat
that, though,
padding
like-
on it for the side.
That was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
but these guys are in charge of the biggest football club in the world and leaving everything till last minute.
Some
even
are on about 100 odd grand a week
Mate,
to be that shit.
That's mad, that, innit? Like,
Phil Jones
completely
is laughing his head off.
in
innit?
You could
Attitude.
get 25% of people who just played Football Manager who do a better fucking job than our board.
I think that's the fact why
absolutely,
Jose
yeah.
got frustrated though, wasn't it? Because he, like, obviously Van Gaal come out and said he wanted all these players that he didn't get. Is he going to be a matter of time where Ollie goes knocking on that door going, listen, I can't even do my job properly. You're not even backing me.
I think
Is that time going to come?
I don't think it happened. I'd heard it had happened last summer. So when Ollie signed his contract, was it like March, April sort of time?
Yeah,
he signed his permanent
Yeah.
contract. And when he signed it, they'd said to him, you will get the money to do a full overhaul. And he was like, right, I'll sign then. And then it got to summer and they went,
No,
do you like we said you get a full overhaul?
not a chance.
Yeah, you're not doing that. But Ollie's never going to come out and criticise him because he's in the job that he
Yeah.
wants and he honestly believes in himself to go on and do this job.
Yeah.
It's like Jose, more or less, sats himself, didn't he? With some of his tactics and what he was doing.
And what he was saying as well.
Yeah.
Joe Spam.
He was like, because you know when you had like McTominay in defence, you had the back three, you had
Yeah.
Herrera in defence, you had
Yeah,
McTominay in defence. He dropped Pogba completely.
Yeah, he was mixing
It
up
was
one
like he
end
was
and
trying
it
to send a
yeah.
message out like, I wanted another centre back, you didn't
Yeah,
get one,
didn't
someone
get
to
no.
play a midfielder in there, and the results
Yeah.
went to toilet. And you know, you're talking about your first nail in the coffin was the Sevilla game. And I remember watching us against the Scouts at Anfield. It was obviously his last game, and
Yeah.
I'd always defended him. I bumped into a mate who watched it in Beer Keller, who was very much Jose out. And I was like, I can't defend this.
No.
I can't defend.
Well,
any
you
of
couldn't
his
towards
tactics.
then with him, though,
No,
could
it
you?
just
You
made no
couldn't,
sense
yeah.
at all. It was
You
almost like he
couldn't-
wanted to lose.
What he was saying, his decisions,
Yeah.
the way he was falling out with
Do you
people.
know
That,
what I mean?
that
Well,
one on Pogba in the training ground, that was a bit bizarre, wasn't it?
Yeah.
that was
Like
a bit.
over an Instagram
Yeah.
post or whatever it was.
Yeah,
It's
just
like,
nonsense.
When you know the cameras are there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
but
not
he was
stupid,
playing the game,
Jose. You've
playing
been
the
around
game.
football
was like,
long
huh?
enough. And it's like you're having
Mad.
this conversation in front of cameras. You can have that
Up
in
the eye.
15 minutes time when they're gone. And it's not a story.
Oh, you in your office?
Yeah, you don't have to go and do
Yeah.
it now. And it was just like, Like I said, I like Jose, but it was the time for him to go. We can't.
Alex Ferguson would have done everything in private, wouldn't he? Everything was private, and apart from kicking a boot at Beckham's head. Which
Even that was private, though.
Good shot, good finish.
Yeah, no cameras there.
Yeah, but he knows what he's doing. He's doing.
There was also the incident in... someone told me there was a lot went on pre-season. Fights, arguments, all sorts of shit that had gone on. And it was... They was not thinking about signing a contract to stay at the club on the back of Jose staying here. And I think
the lads were
one of the lads, yeah. And it was he's a very, very highly rated player at the club who we would all be sickened if he fucked off.
Yeah.
And I spoke to someone close to him at the start of the next season, and he was like, "Mate, you should have seen some of the stuff that was going on, like know what they've told us and all the rest of it." And he said, when he comes out, Gaffer, saying, "Well, I had to play these lot."
No,
Alexis
it's disrespectful, isn't it?
His teammates that he's going to be playing with, and these are shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow. He goes, so why should I stay here for him?
It's not, is it? It's not the way you manage a football club.
No, especially youngsters. Even lads. Give them a bit of confidence. They're on pre-season. They're buzzing.
Correct.
You know what I mean? They're in around the first team, albeit a weakened first team, and you're coming out and going, basically, these are all terrible. Oh, nice one. Well done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, it's just not on. No, this is what I mean. Like, I was very much pro Jose. Wanted us to get him when we got him. Wanted us to get him earlier, and being brutally honest.
Yeah.
When he came,
Fergie
I was excited.
Fergie went.
After that first season, but like you were saying, Steve, about the Sevilla game, it's like a
the warning, wasn't it?
Other results, where other games, I think.
Well, somebody at the club told us
West Ham away was a bad one.
Man.
What's he doing? Again, free at the back, and he took off
dodgy
Lindelof
decisions.
And it's just craziness.
Is that where Pogba got taken off as well? Pogba come off, didn't
he? He was
through
just
a hissy fit, didn't he? I think.
What are you doing
in that summer? Apparently, there's probably a fairly long-winded process for United to spend the money, and sometimes they probably don't spend enough, clearly. But there's a process to when and how that they spend the money, and supposedly Jose had agreed on some targets, and then on pre-season come in and gone, I want a new fucking centre half, and I think who did he want at the time? He wanted the kid who ended up at Everton, Colombian guy. Mina,
yeah.
And he wanted someone else.
Go.
Didn't he? He wanted Boateng, didn't he?
Might have been Boateng.
He was a lad from Atletico.
No, it weren't him. I think it was Boateng and Dingett, and he just I want one of them now, basically.
Yeah.
And they said the analysts went and looked at him because they didn't have the scout reports for him because they hadn't been watching him. He just decided that he wanted him. So they got the analysts on them, and the analyst was like, "We don't think that these are good players." And he was like, "Fuck you, I want them players." And he went and told Woodward, "Fuck you, I want these players." But he didn't get the players, so you can imagine how much he's moved, and then he just sulked.
It's funny you say that because I know everyone hates him, but the one thing that sort of Duncan Castle tends to know a little bit about is Jose. And when we interviewed him, he said something similar to what you've just said, that Jose sort of went in with these defenders that weren't really on the list.
That's from someone at the club who told us that. He goes, because I was like, why did it go tits up so badly? And he was like, we had a plan for how the summer was going to go, and then he just changed his mind in a fit of rage one day.
He comes across like that though, doesn't he? 1 minute he wants one thing and then next
someone's standing there with a list like this. Yeah. Right, just going through your list,
10 minutes.
And he's like, fuck that list, here's what I want. And they're like...
He changes his mind. Done.
What are you doing with that list? Get rid of it.
Yeah. Who's wrote that? I've not wrote that.
We literally just had a 2-hour meeting on it.
Yeah. October.
Fucking October, man. For a free transfer.
Mad.
Useless
Crazy.
bastards.
What's the comment saying?
Yeah, let's give us anything.
Hey, come on.
Questions
for RH.
Loads of people asking what's the crack with everyone travelling. Don't know.
There you go. Clear that up.
Yeah, don't know. We'll see. We'll see what lines up tomorrow, innit?
Travelling?
Yeah, going to the game.
Oh.
Because apparently the reports that Maguire hadn't gone and Cavani hadn't gone.
All right.
They might do 2 flights. No, there might be players that are sticking around doing a bit of extra rehab.
I mean, how long does it take to get to Paris?
Not long.
Yeah, it's not exactly a mooch.
It's not really, is it? Alex Paguli in the comments, he says, what's RH thoughts on the 91
Oh
Cup
my
Cup?
God,
Great
here
question.
we go.
That is the best question
right,
we've
lads,
ever had on this
I'm going to
channel.
sit back and let Stephen and Jay take this one.
Right, of the
Here we
cup
go.
run, right, What was your favourite game? Was it Walsall, Pesky Muncaster? Were you talking Wrexham?
Montpellier.
Do you realise?
Montpellier.
My
Do
personal
you
favourite.
realise? I know. Don't look it. I was 93. I was born.
That's no excuse.
Is that
I
the one
don't
where?
go,
Is that
I
where
don't
Mark
go,
Hughes scored that volley?
United won the
Mark
European Cup
Hughes'
in
volley?
'68, but I don't care because
Is
it
that
wasn't
Mark
volley.
Hughes' volley?
It wasn't a volley, mate.
What was it like?
It was like a.
Someone sent me something
That's
on,
the best moment.
on Twitter the other day, and it was a newspaper article, and the
saw that.
nickname that they'd give Mark Hughes was like Apollo Creed's in Rocky IV. Like it was like 9 paragraphs long. You're like, and it was like, and they call him, and you're like, no one's ever called him that.
No, it was a finish.
one's
when it was
ever
a
called
world.
him.
Yeah, he went round the keeper.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he's gone too wide.
Yeah, and then, I've
and he
seen
doesn't
it.
place
White kit in it.
He
In the white kit as well.
When it comes to
absolutely
cup final kits as well, it's got to be up there. All white, no sponsor.
All white, mate.
Old school
It's-
Adidas.
it's-
Yeah, with the oldie.
I don't
badge.
think
that was the best. That's a great badge. That.
it's my second favourite kit.
Behind
The
99.
Admiral one. No, the Admiral was
Admiral.
my favourite. The '79 one. I love that kit. You know, the black stripe, the white one. With the
Yeah,
black stripe.
you're a lot older than everyone.
I wasn't even
gonna
alive
say-
then.
I know,
but
but
I
you're still
like
old.
it.
What's your favourite kit?
That one's up there, to be honest.
Is it the white one?
The 91 one's
Oh.
really up there, yeah. It's one of the first like major significant games. I can kind of remember my first game, but have I just pieced it together?
Can you
from
remember the
hundreds of
1990 FA Cup?
No.
Can you remember Lee Martin?
Not at all.
Really?
I can
Lee Martin,
no.
I've heard of Lee Martin.
My first game that I went to, I think I watched it in a sundial pub in Droylsden.
Sundial
on the
pub.
telly.
It's not even there. That is it now?
Nope.
Was there any pubs left in Droylsden?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Right,
It's
okay.
like
You had
four.
to think about
It's
four.
like four in between the tram stop and
You're
Droylsden FC.
hating on
If you wanna
Droylsden,
come
eh?
I'm not
watch Dro-
listening. I'm not
You
hating on
want to come watch
Droylsden.
Paddock
You
FC on
Paddock
Saturday
FC
at 2
live at
PM?
Droylsden FC. Butcher's Arms. Get yourself there.
Free entry.
Free entry.
Free entry.
We're not, telling people to come because the league, this is what he said.
All right,
The
okay.
league and all this.
The
we're
league
not
have
ta-
asked me to tell you to not
But
come.
get yourself down there, free entry.
But it's
that's
free
basically
entry, and
what
we
he
had
said.
230 there last week. It was banging. Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of a cup final kit, it's up there, man.
No,
It's
I
so
like
up
that.
there.
I like that. Good kit.
No, like beat
Remember that
Barcelona.
reversible
Short shorts as well, that kit.
Yeah, yeah.
Short
Yeah.
shorts.
Remember the reversible one? The white and gold one?
Yeah, the players one wasn't.
Was it not? I thought, was it not?
What a
Because
jib.
I remember when they was moaning about it, wasn't there? Skulls and all that was
Was
moaning
it?
about it.
Or maybe
minging,
after they
white-
moaned
What
about
about
it,
the-
they maybe fixed
Because
it
it
up to
was
be a single.
rubbing the badges.
The
I won't tell you what it was
90
rubbing, but
Was it the 92 League Cup final kit was on it? Blue and white one.
Yeah, the Aztec.
Yeah.
Don't know why it's called Aztec, but
Yeah, I know
that's,
it,
that's
yeah.
the vibe, yeah. It was a great kit. I liked them kits.
Yeah.
Adidas did some
They
spectacular,
course
old
did,
school
yeah.
Adidas kits.
Absolutely
Yeah.
smashed it.
nice, very nice.
Yeah,
Lovely.
big fan of that.
Big fan.
And I've never found out the answer to this. And there's a couple of ones that I've asked random questions on as well. I did Martin Edwards for my podcast. I asked him, why did we have a separate kit for Champions League in '99? He was like, don't know.
Yeah, that was a lovely kit, that though, wasn't it?
You're the chairman. If anyone, you must have had to
Yeah,
rubber stamp
that's
this
very
deal.
sort of, hands offish, isn't it? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Probably got someone else dealing with it.
It was like, it's probably sponsors. You know,
You're the chairman of Manchester United. You think
you're
you
also
might like-
an absolute boffin on football.
Yeah.
Boffin.
Yeah,
Really.
really. Like, he knows his onions. And that's obviously a big
Boffin.
issue with what we've got at the moment is you've got a chairman, CEO,
Oh,
doesn't have a pot of glue what's
it's a
going on.
sausage in, mate.
Well, you
Executive vice chairman,
Yeah.
actually.
He's a sausage.
Whereas
Woodward's a sausage. Let's
Edwards,
have it right.
Edwards was a football
Giving
guy.
himself that name.
No,
what
it's
an
football
absolute
guy.
sausage in, mate. So was that.
You know, and I can't remember what I was talking about with him now.
How it really annoys me. How can't you want players? Why don't you just give the manager players? It's not like and they're blaming like the coronavirus and all that. Biggest club in the world.
I know, mate.
Oh my
you
god,
can't
he's a
blame
sausage.
the
Everyone in the
coronavirus, the amount
comments,
of money
Woodward's a
we
sausage.
take out of this club. They take out of this club. Sorry, it's no excuses for the
It's
pandemic.
not good
is it?
enough.
Come on.
Everyone else is doing it. Spurs,
And then he come up with this
Chelsea,
harebrained big picture idea
Yeah,
with the
just
Scousers. Just
ruining
when you think you can't
all
get
the
any
other.
lower. Let's join up with them for an idea that everyone hates and doesn't get off the ground. Yeah, nice one.
Sausage, mate. Telling you.
I'd love to know who leaked that because fair play to you.
It's funny how everyone who was laughing at us with the Glazers suddenly shit themselves when they thought the Glazers could have influence on their own club.
Yeah, about running the league. Behave yourself.
Sausage in the comments. Let's go. Come on.
Oh, cup finals are mint, aren't they?
I vaguely remember.
I was going to say we're going to get to one or
last one Chelsea.
Was it?
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
3 semis last year.
It's not the one, is it? Hey.
we can't settle for that, can we? Like three semis, like it's Man United, man. 3 semis. That's not good enough, is
No,
it?
not at all.
3 semis and third. We're Man United, man.
No. This is it. We need trophies. We need a trophy.
Yeah,
that's
let's
what
get
I
back
want
to
this
where we
season.
belong.
Oh,
you
that
know
was what I
mean?
was thinking. That was the question I had in my head. Why United wore blue and Benfica wore white in the 68 one? Because we both playing red.
Is it because of the teller?
What?
It's black and white, wasn't it?
Is it like? Is that not a reason?
You won't be able to see the colour though, innit?
Yeah, like because red and blue look like the same on the telly, don't they?
Oh, is that why? Is it?
I don't know. I've literally just guessed that. Yeah.
No way.
So why didn't they wear white like they did and we wear red?
Because it's a neutral venue, innit? It's not our home venue just because it's at Wembley.
No.
So you would
So what are
probably.
you saying,
I'm
why
guessing
do-
you would have like flipped a coin or whatever to decide who wears the home and who wears the away or who changes the kit.
Hey, that's a great kit though.
The blue one?
Yeah.
I don't know if
With
we
the
ever
old
even
school-
wore it
old school
before.
badge on it.
They only used to put, here's a bit of a
That's a
factoid
great
for you.
kit, that.
Up
Yes.
until the 60s and late 70s, in the 70s when they actually put the club crest on the kits, and it used to be blank, the only time that they'd ever put a crest on a kit was cup finals.
No way.
Think back, think of the babes.
1958.
Black shirts.
1958 was
Got
the
a badge.
Phoenix, wasn't it?
You know,
The 57 one, the white one that everyone like associates with Duncan Edwards. The white one with the red V.
yeah.
Obviously, the league kit was blank, cup final though. Badge on it. So you used to put a badge on for cup finals. How mad's that?
Great. That kit when we played City, what we wore, you know, in the memorial. That was
Oh,
class.
yeah.
Have you seen it up
2008.
close?
Class. Nah.
It's a modern kit.
That's
It's like
mad.
Nike
Lovely
material
kit.
and stuff like that.
Is
It's
it?
in the
Yeah.
museum. If you go and have a look, it's got like a label.
I
on
think
it.
Nah,
that,
look,
I actually
class.
think not the kit, the occasion, everything. I think that was a bit much for some of the players.
Yeah.
That was our worst performance of the season. Like
Yeah,
I think
sure.
it was, we just like, which is understandable to be honest, because it was very very emotional.
Yeah.
Loach says United should never play in blue. Some of our best kits are blue.
It's a bit of a guess, but it's some suggestion as to why specifically it's that. Can you read that?
The blue United war came out on black and white TVs looking a deep shade of grey. The Devils' red would have been translated to a lighter grey. Benfica, with a home, chose white. Their red would also have come across another slightly lighter shade.
That's
of grey.
almost literally what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. TV having
Love
a
that,
pissing
Jay.
influence.
Love it,
In
James.
68,
I remember
52
sitting around the
pissing years
TV
ago.
in 68.
Scotty and Motti. Up the Scotty and
yeah,
Motti.
up the Scotty and Motti. Links in the description.
Love it. Is the RH's in there? Get that on there.
Links in the chat.
Yeah,
If
up
it's
the
not, I'll do it
RH.
myself.
Righty then. I think
Love
we're
it.
going to call it a day. Cheers to RH for coming
Mate,
on.
Pleasure.
Make
Mate,
sure
That's
to
pleasure.
phone by that.
Mate,
Get you on
time
board
flies
often.
when you're having fun.
Make sure to go follow him on Instagram, and he's also on YouTube as well. If you search in and go see some coaching and some of the stuff that he's got on the mixer.
Love it.
Go check out Scotty and Matty.
Check out Scotty and Motti, and also we've got the preview coming up for the PSG game.
Yeah, boy.
I know. And
Mine's out as well. And if you want, go and check out how the lads got on yesterday. We
Up the
uploaded the
Paddock.
highlights for Paddock FC.
Paddock.
Joint top of the league, Jay. 4 teams on 10 points. I'm fuming.
Solid
Shouldn't have
that,
dropped
mate.
a single fucking point.
You can't be too.
Nah, you know what? You've
disheartened on
come
that,
such
mate.
a long way
Do
in
you
a
know
short
what I mean?
time.
You
All
like-
right,
you know.
but I've got fucking high standards.
No, I like that. Listen, what was the conversation we had on Saturday?
What about me being
standards
fucking
and-
fuming?
Mate. Oh, mate.
Me sat like that.
Honestly,
What was he a
it
bit?
was a joy, mate. Absolute pleasure.
Was
I
it?
was like, do you want a burger, mate?
Yeah, he must have been in a
No.
bad mood.
Wouldn't even take a burger off his mate. Mad.
Was he all right? Was he awake?
No, I checked his temperature with that gun like that. Mate's give me that gun. He was all right, though.
So yeah, go and check out the highlights anyway, and you need to go and watch them just to see how fucking good Ronaldo was.
He
It's
had a good
joke.
game.
Kid is a joke.
He's very good.
It's
I like
absolute
Ronaldo.
joke.
Top lad as well, Ronaldo. Up the Ronaldo.
I don't know if
anyone.
anyone's...
United we standing in this week.
No, he's brilliant.
Ronaldo Brown.
Yeah, when did that happen?
I got sent it. And then I sent it to you, and is that our Ronaldo? No, it's another Ronaldo Brown with a twin brother called Rivaldo.
No, was that what I said?
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, I didn't mean to send
Let's
that.
talk about that. 2 brothers, Rivaldo and Ronaldo. That is unreal, by the way. Isn't it?
He was talking about Fletcher Moss, I think.
Fletcher Moss.
And you got hold of him for that? Did you know about it? I don't know about it.
I knew about it when someone sent him the printed screenshot of the
Ronaldo,
printed version.
the gaffers are
Did
fuming,
that,
mate.
of course. No,
You've gone
listen,
elsewhere. The gaffers are
Listen,
fuming, mate.
it's alright.
I'll try and calm him down for you, mate,
Only
but I
took
don't
me,
know
what,
whether we'll be
30
able
years
to.
of knowing Andy Mittens to get in United we stand, but he does it after 5 minutes. Not an issue.
Have you not
Don't
been
worry
in there
about
yet,
it.
you?
No,
Sure
yeah,
you
eventually I
have.
got in, yeah.
I was gonna
You know what I
say.
mean? It took me long enough. I used to
Scotty
sell
and
it, for
Motti
God's
being
sake.
there soon.
Yeah.
Love it.
So,
RH,
yeah,
not
go and
had
check
an
out
invite.
them highlights.
Cheers, mate.
Kid was a joke. Unfortunately, didn't get on the score sheet. The one thing that he had to do, he went 1v1 with the keeper,
Yeah.
and the ball wouldn't stop bobbling.
It's not like we've been working on finishing.
No.
every single Monday night. Oh yeah, the lads are not working tonight. See why the lads not working with RH tonight?
Because treats are for winners, aren't they?
He said in the
Such
group
a-
chat,
such a
treats are
backwards
for
way of
winners.
thinking.
Treats are for winners. RH is a privilege, mate. Don't win, don't get results.
So
no
you've-
RH.
you've
I said
mate.
it's back on next week if you win.
Yeah.
So
If not,
what's
I'm back on the
for
Brew
people
again.
that may not understand what you're on
we
about.
have a hour a week with RH for Paddock.
Right.
We're giving them the full
RH
Bruno,
elite coaching.
Elite coaching.
Yeah.
We're giving them the full Bruno Fernandes
Right,
treatment.
fantastic. That will surely make players better.
Yep, and we work a lot on finishing.
Right.
This week they couldn't finish fucking dinner.
Couldn't
So
finish
you're
the dinner,
stopping
mate.
and working on finishing.
Correct. Because it's a treat, Jay. It's a
Treats are
Jay.
for winners.
It's a treat. Treats, like mini
And-
rolls, are for winners.
And RH was on the Brew,
It's a
so we
bold
had to cancel it.
tactic. I'm not going to lie.
Hey, I tell you what, the reaction on the group chat was
What was it?
interesting.
Was it like as left group,
Hash-
has left group, has left group, has left group?
Fuming, they were.
One of the
Joe
lads
just said, "We're
one
not
of the
coaching
lads-
yet until you get better."
One of the lads, but it's all about development though. And Steve went on a rant about huddle. This is a development. None of you have been on huddle.
Analysis thing, but what the players didn't know until yesterday afternoon is I can see exactly how long they've watched the videos that we send them. Joe, we send them their analysis clips, and some of them I've watched fucking zero. Ronaldo's one of them actually. Who've watched zero of their own analysis. So I was like, yeah, it is development, and so's huddle,
Mate.
and so's all the other training sessions. Put as much into the other training sessions and watching your analysis, and we won't have a fucking problem, would we?
I won't mind though. Like every Monday night, I don't know if you see the videos. Every Monday night, these
fucking
lads are
unreal.
hitting top bins. Like, mate, the videos are a joke. Not just saying that because they're on RH Elite Coaching, but check it out. But yeah, unreal. And then he comes to Saturday, mate. He couldn't even finish the tea. I was there watching. I was like, Steve, what's going on here, mate? Steve's like, right, let's have a refund here now. RH. Listen, mate, it's got nothing to do with me. I provide a service. Listen, the
Got me
proof's in the
receipt.
pudding there, mate, on them videos. Don't be coming to me. And I got off. I ran off for Howson, got me.
We played some fucking
mate,
good
great
football.
stuff.
Unbelievable one-touch football that we've been playing. I put us up against anybody, but
Mate,
we
set
can't-
pieces are a
yeah.
big problem. You're just conceding off set pieces all the time.
Anyway, maybe this is a discussion we
Yeah,
can have.
we're
whilst
out of
not
here.
on
we're back on for
Sorry.
the watch along tomorrow
That's
night,
me-
so
it's
make
me
sure
going
to come
on,
and tune in.
apologise.
We've got
We'll be
the
alright.
news, I believe, in the morning.
that man there,
Yes, Alex
Alex
Baguley's
Baggers
having
is
it.
on
Grip
the
socks
news in the
over there.
morning. Hey,
Grip socks.
give the people what they want.
Hey, I tell you what, he's been in touch with RHC's grip socks, man. It's coming.
Right then, we'll see you
Pending.
guys in the next one. Laters.